Another point to throw in there too is that I think I was so um, uh, I had basically made Christianity more to this sort of intellectual thing, so much so that I was so it was just sort of this analytical philosophy for me. That was it. Because I was kind of gave up on the whole practicing part of it. It was so difficult to find out what to practice, so I just became um, very much into the ideas of Christianity. And it wasn't until I started really discovering the existentialists that it kind of brought me more down to earth, and it helped me to accept Islam. Um, that was just kind of a side note, though. So I guess getting onto a main point then. Uh, for those out there who are saying, well, you didn't really become a Muslim because of intellectual reasons. You became a Muslim because you first became a Christian because of emotional reasons. And what I want to say to this is basically that, look, there are two things that humans possess: the intellect and the spirit. Okay? You cannot believe something or follow something without these two things. All right? You cannot be completely reasonable, uh, or should I say, completely uh, 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 logical, or believe something based on some sort of rational argument. Okay? And at the same time, you can't be completely emotional either. Okay? You just become some sort of fundamentalist. So you can't be devoid of reason, you can't be devoid of spiritual uh, and emotional aspects. And to me, a belief is not truly believed in unless you have these two things, unless you have a balance. And what I want to say basically is that my belief in God in general, is predicated on reasonable grounds. Okay, it's predicated on the fact that first off, I have no choice uh, of what my inclination is, and what that is, that natural disposition to believe in God. I have no choice in that matter. Okay, now of course I can choose to sort of ignore it, but I can't force it out of myself. And because I have that, the first thing that I can do, the only thing that I can do, is accept it. And if I don't find any reasonable grounds to reject that natural disposition, then I have no, then why should I let it go? So I believe in God on reasonable grounds. I believe in God on reasonable grounds because I find no reason not to believe in God. There's no compelling reason for me to be an atheist. At the same time, I believe in my particular faith, the religion of Islam, based on rational grounds. Because it is, to me, the most reasonable and the most uh, supported by evidence. So there I'm combining the spiritual aspect, this sort of natural disposition that I have, this sort of need to practice, to believe in a God. Uh, and then on the other end, I have this very rational foundation um, in believing in Islam. So for those out there who think that, yes, I came to this sort of belief in God on sort of this arbitrary basis, I don't think so. And and for them to say that I'm not being reasonable, I don't think that's true either. I think I'm being very reasonable. And that is, those are the reasons that not only do I believe in God, but I believe in Islam. Now, of course, there are sort of specific arguments that I could say, um, but I think I've given enough information as to why. I hope that that was adequate for you all, and I hope that you understand me a little better. So thank you for taking the time to listen, and Assalamu alaikum.